of the tomfoolery. Unfortunately for my enemies, my whole life previously, not as of now, I have the thing in regards to my birth chart and my placements that I now understand. I never really understood it when I was younger, how there's different variations of an obsession in regards to me. There's like this healthy obsession. People like me. I'm an influencer. That makes that makes accurate sense. But the one thing I didn't like about this obsessive nature people would have with me is where it would turn to where they feel as though like they hate me or something, and it's like I've done nothing wrong to them. All right. So that channel message I did, and in the beginning of the message, I was telling Phoenix Marvelous, and I was apologizing to her because I like, I had did all right. This is like before this message today, I deleted two channel messages, one channel messages. I've deleted like one or two channel messages so far in regards to Phoenix Marvelous because she literally was in my dream state. I don't go to bed and pray and be like, God, please let me see this tarot reader witch in my dream. I don't do none of that shit. Why the fuck would I want to go to sleep, close my eyes to dream beautiful dreams, and then people who don't fuck with me pop up in the dream state? Nobody prays to God in regards of seeing that unless God is revealing the enemy. Even in these previous weeks, I kept noticing that there were some tarot readers I have mentioned who have um switched their demographics over to different apps, and I thought it was weird because I was just like, you like I don't know what to say about it in the sense of like I was just like, why are everybody leaving and going somewhere else? And then there was this other scenario I had where there was this influencer, this younger influencer than me, right? And it's like she has something in regards to me in regards to being obsessed with me. I don't know her. I'm not her friend. I don't care about her. I don't look her way. Like she like does the most to try to get into my energy, knowing that I don't fuck with her. Like literally knowing. It's a difference when you don't know you're ignorant to a situation. But literally would just go out her way to just be seen by me because she want me to compete with her, and it's just like no. And then when people project that type of shit to me, and I honestly don't care, that should be crazy. Like they are crazy. You're crazy. If you think that, and the thing about me, and this is why it's so annoying with these type of scenarios. I mean, it's not gonna make me mad, but like these type of scenarios where people like are obsessed over you. Hello in the comment section. Um, these type of scenarios where people are obsessed with you, and they don't put a name on it. They can't be straightforward, and you're a straightforward person. Imagine me, a whole me, being like, I like what you're doing. You're doing a great job. Not trying to be funny, nothing. I know Chris Jenner. You're doing a great job. We're gonna get into that. You're doing a great job. I'm proud of you, etc., etc. And this bitch just hating, literally hating on you. Won't put a name on it, nothing. And it's like it's been a lot of scenarios where I've seen this happen, and I was giving this young lady, Phoenix Marvelous, the like I don't want to say unreasonable doubt. That's funny. Fourth Amendment, very, very, very significant. All right, so this is I just got a notification with somebody's name on it. Very significant as to what I'm going to talk about today. So the apology I gave Phoenix Marvelous via a channel message, I talked to God about it. He agrees. We take the apology back. Fuck off, bitch. Fuck off, bitch. And no negativity. Because, like, I grew up Christian. I got into spirituality. I'm still Christian. I'm just more of a spiritual person with spiritual divine gifts. All right, hold up one moment. I ain't gonna hold y'all. I just had to do something very unladylike, and that's the end. It's like this person want like I've been having dreams for a very long time. And I've been asking God, who's the person? Who's the person? Who's the person? And I just been so ignorant not to think any of these negative projections was coming from Phoenix Marvelous previously. Very ignorant, because the first things first, like grown up Christian, they really are against witches and wizards and things of that sort. But because I'm doing American Heritage Society, because I'm a Christian that went into spirituality and learned from tarot readers. I ain't learned how to pull tarot cards. Do I want Danny Helton 5? Excuse me, God forbid rebuke. Danny in the comment section says, "Do I want to win? I've already won. God is with me. Thank you." Now, like, if I like, I'm about to tell you everything that's been going on in regards to Phoenix Marvelous and what she's been doing behind the scenes in regards to spell work and everything. Because once I start telling y'all what's really been going on, it's about to go down for that bitch. I'm not playing. I'm not playing. After I did them Terrorland messages, I'm not even trying to be funny, because it's like I'm coming from a good place. While the American Heritage Society is supposed to bring people, like, I am a Christian that went into spirituality, learned from tarot how to not only read tarot and not use tarot cards, because there are tarot readers who will put cards down and try to lie on you. Let me give y'all a tip or hint real quick. If you read tarot, those are your designated cards. I don't care how many tarot cards you got. If you have tarot cards, them cards is specifically to your own energy. So when you're pulling cards for these people and you think you're reading for other people, you're actually reading for other people and yourself. That's the difference between intuitive readers and tarot card readers. I'm not trying to hear no different. I literally learned that, and there's a part of my alchemy research, not from just watching Phoenix Marvelous, but a whole bunch of other people. If you go to that playlist that says Tarot Land, you will see what the fuck I'm talking about, because I've been talking about these things for a while. In Tarot Land messages, I've gave tarot readers good messages, and I've told them about themselves. Now, for the most part, what I've noticed is the people I've done Tarot Land messages on, they have left me completely alone in regards of like trying to fuck with me or send negative projections. After I said what I gotta say, they leave me the fuck alone. They usually don't come up on my For You page no more, none of that. Even if they did, I would not care. Anywho's. So, like, come from perspective, like, I learned how to alchemize with tarot, because you know how people say in tarot messages, they'd be like, if it don't resonate with you, don't take it. That's one. It's a way, even if that person used their own energy with the cards, whether knowing indirectly or directly, that's what's going on. It's a way you alchemize that energy to your own self-betterment, because overall, these people are supposed to be reading cards for you. And I've also said that I believe in my own theory, my own personal bias in regards to tarot card readers. Y'all not doing readings for the average person. If you go back into history, when people were doing these tarot readings, they was talking to prominent people in these prominent places that the average person probably wasn't getting a tarot reading from. So I don't know who y'all think y'all be reading to. And then that should even tell you about the energy you're supposed to even have within yourself. Now, going back to me saying that I was raised Christian, I'm still Christian, and I believe there could be a combination of different spiritual beliefs, but a kind of kumbaya, you doing your own thing, all right. Because I used to have, for example, this previous friend, Sagittarius. She's the one who got me into looking into tarot. Let's be quite honest. My previous friend got me into tarot around 2019, 2020. The same time Phoenix Marvelous started her tarot channel in 2020 or so. I ain't gonna hold you. When Phoenix Marvelous, I was watching so many different tarot readers, trying to figure out who's what. When I came across Phoenix Marvelous, it's like I just knew. I'm gonna be so honest. I just knew because I'm talking from a completely honest point of view. This whole reading, this whole message. When Phoenix Marvelous was introduced to me on this YouTube platform for the first time after watching so many other readers, it's like the first thing that came to my mind was industry plan. I'm like, I can't. To this day, there is nobody like Phoenix Marvelous in Terrorland, and that's a good and a kind of a bad thing. Because, like I said, I grew up Christian and got into spirituality, and because of tarot, because I wanted to know how they were prophesying through these cards, because I wanted to know how they had the ability to do so, because I wanted to know if people were telling the truth or they were lying. I had to do my own research, and this is why American Heritage Society. I tell you, I did not grow up from adolescence like I want to be a tarot reader. I want to lead a spiritual community. I never did. Now, did I know my calling has something to do with a spiritual community per se? Yes. But if you asked me 10 years ago, 20 years ago, if this was what I was going to be doing, and why am I covering up my breast? Because some of y'all tarot readers is gay. All right? Some of y'all is attracted to me, and that's cool until it's not cool. Some of y'all tarot readers be claiming y'all not gay, and y'all really gay as fuck. Some of y'all tarot readers be saying that y'all making a living off this app, but y'all buying botted views, and you previously was or is now a stripper and never went to college, or I'm sorry, you could have went to college but you never graduated. And while there's nothing wrong with anything I just said, there's really people who live in flaw ass, fake ass fucking lives and got the fucking nerve to be trying to judge anybody on this app. Skipper in the comments, I just say, yo. Nah, because like, nah, like, I ain't even gonna hold you. Like, I ain't even gonna hold you. Like, so this morning, let me tell you what happened this morning. Around 7 o'clock, I had a vision. Not sleep, nothing. Woke up already. I woke up in a good mood. I'm in a good mood. I woke up in a really good mood because the previous couple weeks, it's not that I've been in a bad mood. It's been this weird energy, like because for example, like Lilo Vandy previously, like when she get into that sluggish baby dyke energy, I always used to feel like she was projecting that to me because she'll be in the sluggish baby dyke energy, and then all of a sudden I'll be wanting to wear baggy clothes. Mind you, not even watching her content, but she'll be coming up on my For You page. I'll be wanting to wear baggy clothes. I don't want to do my hair. I don't want to do my makeup. I'm like, this bitch projecting on me, be gone. You know what I'm saying? And then when I'm in that mood, in that sluggish mood previously, all of a sudden she's straightening her hair and all types of weird shit. It's like, bitch, are you thinking about me when you doing these activities? Like, and this message don't got nothing to do with her. I'm just using her as an example. Then, and if you want more context into what happened between me and Lil Vandy previously, go watch the message now. Because this message really in regards to Phoenix Marvelous. For a long time, like when I was doing the Terrorland messages, I wanted to do a reading on Phoenix Marvelous, but the only reason I didn't do a reading on Phoenix Marvelous until I did the previous message, I'm going to delete that message and this is going to be the real message. I ain't going to hold you. Sean in the comment section said he weak as fuck. Nah, because nah, like, and then like, you know, like, all right, there was another tarot reader. Woo, we gonna get into this. This is gonna be interesting. This is gonna be an interesting reader. Like, so there was another tarot reader. I'm not gonna get into that. So like, when I found Phoenix page and stuff like that, and I started listening to her tarot readings, it was more like esoteric readings. Although she claims to be a witch. Let's talk about that real quick. Phoenix Marvelous says she's a self-proclaimed witch, and that could be true. As much as you talk about spiritual laws, etc., I'm not just talking about TV and movies. These are known facts. What would you know move about without a coven? Which witch you know was isolated? The only time you've heard of any narration of witch being isolated, not being around people, staying to themselves. People they sometimes have a good or fucked up attitude towards people. It's them witches that got like that fucking pimple mole boil on their nose with the fucking witch hat, the ugliest fuck riding on brooms. Now, do I believe that's the depiction of who Phoenix Marvelous is? Visually, no. Spiritually, yes. I had it. Oh my gosh, these dreams is coming together. Oh my gosh. The type of shit that bitch do in the background, and not even just in the background, because she be telling on herself in all her videos. When I said I had to research a majority of the videos she's done, because she literally popped up on my For You page when she started doing readings. That is why I can wholeheartedly read this bitch up and down. There's a time, so when I was watching tarot, there's a time, like, YouTube will tell you. I'm not going to get into that because that's a message for a different day, and then that's for a class. That bitch Phoenix Marvelous is never invited to again. YouTube will tell you. And you'll see it, depending on the reader, will tell you what the fuck is really going on. Now, I'm going to use another reader, for example. I don't know if she's still making messages. I haven't seen her. I don't know what the fuck happened to her. When I first started watching Phoenix Marvelous, there was 2 other readers that had my interest at the time, previously then. One reader was Empress Lillian. How you're an Empress and a Leo sun sign placement, I don't know. Maybe she got a prominent placement somewhere. I don't know. I don't know Leos to be, that's why I say maybe her big 3, she got something up in there, but I was just like, alright. But I ain't gonna hold you. For entertainment purposes, that woman was very, very funny. Just like, and amusing, just like Leo Vandy is very, very funny and very amusing. I am not a hating ass bitch. I'm gonna tell y'all how it is. Alright? Now, I found Empress Lillian because Phoenix was beefing publicly with Empress Lillian. I ain't even gonna hold you. Empress Lillian, myself, let me not include myself. Empress Lillian and Phoenix Marvelous is not that too far apart in age. Alright? I ain't gonna hold you. Empress Lillian do look like a mama figure. I ain't gonna hold you. I ain't gonna hold you not to be rude. She look like she could be somebody's mama. So, like, when they was beefing, mind you, I'm learning about the spiritual community. I'm thinking from a research point of view. I'm thinking from, like, I'm gaining knowledge point of view. This is how I even look at the Bible. You know what I'm saying? As a Christian. When I got on the app one day and saw Phoenix Marvelous and Empress Lillian beefing on the internet, the live message I watched of Phoenix when she said whatever she had to say, she turned off her comment section. I don't ever know her to ever do nothing like that. And she said whatever she got to say. She deleted the message. Empress Lillian was on this app acting a fool. Because they was beefing about how much money each other make. And it didn't make sense until now. Because I just said, I know Phoenix be purchasing her views and stuff like that. I'm not saying nothing wrong with it. Because let's be for real. If you go on Phoenix Marvelous page, you see how many view counts she got on her page. And subscribers. That bitch should have a YouTube plaque by now. Why she don't got a YouTube plaque? Because I aspired to get a YouTube plaque. Well, all them views, all them followers, all them subscribers, whatever you want to call it, no YouTube plaque, something is missing. Something is wrong. Because, bitch, I got a YouTube plaque. I'm shining that bitch everywhere. Y'all gonna see that in every video. Fuck you talking about. And there's actual people on this app that got the YouTube plaque and they're in the spiritual community. So fuck is you talking about? Empress Lillian was on there acting a fool. They were arguing about who make more money or some dumb shit. This is a spiritual community. What are you arguing about money for? You don't go to church and see people arguing about money unless it's about how to take care of the church. What is y'all arguing for on a platform where y'all supposed to be helping people about, and why y'all arguing about how y'all finances? There's some shit you can go outside, go to an urban community, and just look around for the hood ghetto ratchet bitches, and just like, what are y'all doing? God forbid. I just had to get that off. Mind you, if you don't know my personality, you know, I'm very calm. I'm a very calm, cool, collected person. But when I'm passionate about something, I might seem a little aggressive. So don't take no offense. I mean, take offense if you want to, but like, don't take no offense if because I'm telling y'all, I'm talking from a good place for the most part. And regardless of Phoenix, fuck no. Because this is a long time coming. Because the way I was advocating for this girl, knowing she was a witch, knowing she was a self-proclaimed witch, I'm not here to talk about Empress Lane. We talking about Phoenix. So like I was saying, 7 o'clock this morning, I have a vision. Now, what you need to know about me is I don't get visions like that. So when I get visions, that means something's about to happen. If you want to go test my theory, after this message, go look at the video I'm about to describe and look at the timestamps. At 7 o'clock in the morning, I had a vision. In the vision, I saw a wooden floor, that witchcraft star symbol on the floor, colored in black. And then there was a large, well, I wouldn't say large, but then there was like a rainbow candle placed in the middle of the wooden floor. I ain't gonna hold you. I don't gotta fake it for nobody. I can show you what color my floor is right now, because at first I'm like, I've been wearing this colorful, headband for the previous couple weeks. I just got this new decor the other day. I don't got no rainbow color candle right now, but if you listen to my previous message in regards to the African deities and Oshan, well, Orishas, you can see the correlation why I'm saying what I'm saying like this. I don't got wooden floors. I don't gotta fake it for nobody. There's no videos on this account, unlike Phoenix, where you can see me drawing sigils on the fucking floor and ground. All right. I'm doing vlogging.
I ain't got to go about it.
Oh, you go there? All right, go right ahead. Go ahead.
Just still vlogging.
All right, you keep it. Did I say you can join the camera? You could. You want to say hey to them? You want to say hi? You want to say hey to them?
No, I ain't go.
Yeah, because we gonna get. I'm glad she just came in here, because I got a lot to say about this bitch Phoenix. Because I let shit slide. A lot of shit slide that I shouldn't have let slide. Because you know what? Because it's like I'm the type person. I'm not trying to incriminate myself, but I'm the type person, I'll let somebody keep doing bullshit so it can like add up. So like when I come to God with my petition of prayers, He cannot never deny me. Even in spiritual law, even in witch law, whatever you want to call it, you have to do something to somebody originally first, to then have permission in the spiritual realm to attack said person. So let's get it. So when Sean Smith in the comment section said, "You smart, but you low key messy." Wait till you listen to the rest of the message. I don't mind. I don't care. I literally am a really like cool, calm, and collected person. But when you do me wrong, I have all rights in the physical and spiritual to say whatever the fuck I gotta say. I don't act like this unless provoked. That's it. Anywho's, I don't care. I'm not messy neither. I'm a neat ass bitch. All right. I'm an earth sign. There's going to be nothing messy about my life. All right. I ain't gonna hope. I ain't gonna hope. I'm an influencer. So like, there's always gonna be shit. I'm not a perfect person. So I'm not saying I'm a perfect person. Yeah. So if you saying I'm messy in regards to like gossip, all right, I'll take that. I know who I am as a person, but I'll take that. At your observation. Anyways, I also noticed. All right, Venus Marvis would gaslight this other reader. Her name is Silver Eye Rise. whether I like Silver Eye or not, I don't know what about. I know now. I don't know what Silver Eye and Phoenix Marvelous had going on, but Silver Eye be triggering the fuck out of Phoenix Marvelous, whether she wants to admit it or not. Because there was literally this one. I don't know if her hair is still the same color because I don't watch her. Excuse me. Silver Eye, there was a time. I don't know if her hair is still the same color. She dyed her hair color red. You can go back and look, and then go correlate back to Phoenix Marvelous messages at the same time. This is around the time Phoenix Marvelous had went back to her mama house, and she was doing the messages in the garage. So you know, and she had the Chucky doll, all that type of shit. If you know, you fucking know. At that, I remember because, like I said, watching Phoenix Marvelous, you couldn't tell me shit about Phoenix Marvelous. I'm like, she's a young lady, very educated, very knowledgeable. She does her research. She does things outside of the tarot community that a lot of other tarot readers do not do. And that is why I was just, I wouldn't say have her on a pedestal, but I was just on some shit like, you know, like I'm not gonna knock it. Like at least she doing some shit other people was not doing or willing to do at the time. Until I came into the picture. So Phoenix Marvelous had came. This is the first time I ever seen this scenario, right? Phoenix Marvelous had came to do a message. Her hair all disheveled. I don't know if she had recently just was. I don't know if she was about to dye her hair or whatever was going on at the time. I don't really remember. I just remember this around the time when Silver Eye had dyed her hair red or was red colored or something like that. Phoenix Marvelous, literally, I could see her shape shifting like she looking like Silver Eye, and it was like the weirdest thing. And if you have a spiritual eye, you know what I'm talking about. And that was the first indication where I was seeing like, all right, either Phoenix Marvelous has shape shifting abilities, or Phoenix Marvelous don't really hate these people she's saying she hates so much, because there's no way for you to be projected on that much. At first I was thinking like Silver Eye was doing some shit to her, and she possibly could be, because I remember when that was going on, she was telling Empress Lillian, and I don't know if it was Silver Eye, that she was going to do bottle work on them or something like that, bitch. But now I'm saying bitch. Back then I was like, do what you gotta do. I don't know what's going on. I said I was gonna stay neutral to the situation, because I like, as a consumer, ain't nobody gonna tell me who I can watch and not watch. And I had to figure out who was who, and I continued watching Phoenix Marvelous, and I stopped watching the other two, because we're not gonna get in that, because the message is not about them. I'm just using them for certain examples. Let's take another step further. There's a video. It might not still be up. There was a video Phoenix Marvelous did. There's a video where she's actually talking about the video. Phoenix Marvelous making this was talking shit basically about her mom, saying like her mom was like hating on her because she was dressed up all cute, and she wanted to go smoke, and she was gonna go grab some, I think she said backwoods or something like that. And her mom was like, was telling her basically she's not going outside dressed the way she was dressed. And her mom offered her a ride there, and she took the ride. And that same day, in her community board, she posted a picture of her mother, or her grandmother or something. You know, she posted a picture of her grandmother, not her mother. She posted a picture of her grandmother that same day on the community board. When I seen that lady, mind you, Phoenix Marvelous lives in the South of the United States region. Why the fuck do I know of her grandmother though? Why have I met her grandmother in person? Her grandmother was a person who did not speak to people. Her grandmother looks more like her. Let's start there. For all and I ain't no shade, I don't know her situation. For all the messages that Phoenix Marvelous have done talking in regards to adoption, mind you what I said about people who read tarot cards. All the messages she did in regards to adoption, her grandmother looked more like her than her mother. And even in regards to me possibly like, or she might be adopted, she might not be adopted, all these adoption themed messages she had going on, I'm like, it's not my business, my business. So last year, I believe it was around this time of the year November to December area, right before the New Year's. I have a dream about Phoenix Marvelous. The first time I ever see Phoenix Marvelous in my dream. In the dream, there was a wooden cabin, treehouse type shit. Now you know what they say about witches and trees. So this is the most ironic dream ever. In the dream, me and Phoenix Marvelous was in a wooden cabin treehouse. At the time, I didn't know that's where we was at. I can tell it's a wooden cabin, that or the house is made of wood, wherever the case may be. And there was like a dining table in the middle of the room. Like this is all. This is all I remember from the dream. Like in one instance, like couple seconds of the dream. Soon as I realize I'm trying, like as soon as I'm like, it's like as soon as I get in the dream because like I'm unaware, I don't know where this place is at. I'm looking around like let me see, let me remember everything. Let me figure out where I'm at. You know what I'm saying? Because like I said, I'm not gonna go to bed praying to go somewhere I don't know where the fuck is at with somebody that don't fuck with me. You know what I'm saying? Whether it's unbeknownst to me or not at the time, because I'm the biggest. Goal is like all right. I was going to take down that message in regards to Phoenix Marvelous and Astro Queen. No, I'm gonna keep it up because I need proof for y'all as a consumer to know I'm not tripping. I have been advocating for this young lady. No more, no longer. In the dream, as soon as I started trying to figure out where I'm at, Phoenix Marvelous find herself trying to kick me out the treehouse. It's not like she pushed me or tugged me or anything like that. It's just like I start looking around like, oh, where am I at? Instantly, I'm outside the outside the treehouse, but I'm on the porch. The treehouse had a porch. The treehouse had a porch, so I'm outside the treehouse. In the background of the dream point of view, like what was behind me in the treehouse. The treehouse ain't have no stairs, mind you. The treehouse ain't have no stairs. That bitch was just sitting up in a tree, just doing this thing with a porch. This is a lavish treehouse, bitch. You know when people are scared of outsiders or potential break-ins and stuff like that, they put all them locks, and it'd be like multiple locks on the door. Her door had that shit, but for whatever reason, I could see it from the outside perspective. So I don't even know. In regards to carpentry, that ain't make sense. But I was just alright. I think for dream reference, I guess whatever. Phoenix Marvelous, she literally had me on this porch, didn't want me inside the treehouse, and then immediately locked all the locks except for one, like the chain at the top. And then she stuck her head out. I don't even know how that's even possible. She stuck her head out where the unchained lock was at, besides all the other locks on the door. And she stuck her head out and she tried to blow raspberries at me. At first, I ain't gonna hold you because I'm naive. I thought she was speaking in tongues. But I knew she wasn't speaking in tongues, but I was giving her the benefit of the doubt because this bitch, she was like, I think she's trying to be like, it's so funny because today she was so rude talking about somebody, I ain't gonna lie to nobody. I might not be a colorist, but I might be stereotypically a little racist. I'm not gonna hold nobody. A lot of people not real like that to even say some shit like that. I'm not like malicious racist, but like there's stereotype that niggas make fun of all the time. Like I'm not even trying to be funny and not in a malicious way. It's just certain stereotypes about different cultures that is just true. I'm that type of racist. I'm not trying to be funny. So being Marvelous sticks her tongue at me, tries to blow raspberries, and does one of these. Now, mind you, I'm African. So me seeing that in the dream state would tell me that you are in fact racist. Because I'm African. I'm going to be racist to my own kind. Anywho's. In the background of the dream, she started doing all that weird shit, that real racist shit. In the dream state, mind you. In the dream, I ain't asked for her to be in. In the dream, I just start slowly backing up. Mind you, there was no stairs to that treehouse. I don't know how I got down from the treehouse, but I just start backing up. I'm like, oh, this bitch is crazy. Now, mind you, while we're on that topic, Phoenix Marvelous has came on this app in numerous videos talking about how she is a psychopathic, got mental diseases. I have seen other readers talk about Phoenix Marvelous and be like she's crazy, something's not right with her, and I gave her the benefit of the doubt. Even when she came on here and said she had mental disease and she was taking medicine for that shit, I didn't hold it against her because I'm just like, all right, people got other shit going on. Like, I never really met somebody who verbatim said they was a psychopath, so I don't know what that really looks like until I seen like, and it was funny because like around that time I was seeing like these mental health videos, like these TED Talk videos. It was this one guy, and he was a psychopath, and somebody was doing an interview on him, and he was explaining what his psychopath looked like and how he acts, and he was saying basically he acts like he's a normal average person, but he basically hate people. So he basically would make people believe that this is from a medical point of view. Mind you, the website that was doing this TED Talk, it was not actual TED Talk, but it was the website that was doing the actual interview with an actual psychopath had a psychopath actually talking about the symptoms of being a psychopath. That was saying basically he acts like a regular person. He mimics emotion while not having emotion for no human being. Actually hates people and tries to draw people in close by acting like an average person and then start doing malicious evil shit to them. That is what the psychopath said in a doctorate interview. I'm still giving this one the benefit of the doubt. Like, I'm just one of them people. I'm just like, yo, if it's not me, I don't like really give it for, like, because like the messages are still the messages. God was still giving me good ass messages based on what she had, what she was talking about, and because that term, take the message that resonates. That's it. That's all. I'm like, all right, yeah. Like if she whatever she got going, I don't got shit to do with me. So in the back of the dream, was a purple car, and it was like a I could see it was at nighttime. I could see like a cul-de-sac. Now purple, what we know in regards of embodiments is Scorpio. Scorpio is what the season we're in now. When I had the dream, I really don't know what to make of it, so I just, took my concerns to God and I just kept watching her messages. I'm hearing ringing in my right ear. That's a confirmation. And the angelic realm is on my side. Now, let's talk about this morning. I already told you at 7 o'clock, I saw what I saw. Vision at 7 o'clock. I'm telling you, if you want to test what I'm saying, I said 7 o'clock, go look at what time Phoenix did her message. Because it was not that much longer, like an hour or two later or something like that. She gone live or something like at somewhere around that time frame. I think it was like even 10 o'clock when I was watching the message. It was 9 o'clock when I was watching the message. Phoenix don't even be doing, I don't know, if you really be watching Phoenix, she don't really always do messages at 9 o'clock in the morning. So I was like, ooh, what's going on? So I'm thinking, I'm excited. I'm in a good mood. Even though I seen that little vision, I'm like, I rebuked it. I did it back to sender. Soon I do it back to sender. Now all of a sudden she go live. So she's in one of her ain't shit ass moods, as always. So I'm thinking because, and this has been a common theme. Like she'll be like an ancient ass mood, and me naturally the type of person I am. I'm like, oh my gosh, somebody's in an ancient ass mood. Let me cheer them up. I don't usually comment in her comment section all the time. Sometimes I feel the need to comment in her comment section. I'm literally not trying to troll. I'm not trying to like offend. I'm not trying to be weird. Like I'm just like, I hope you have a better day. God is good. She rolling her eyes. She talking about niggas not gonna prosper. Fuck you. I hate you and all shit like that. I'm like, oh, she's not talking to me. Like I'm like, it must be somebody in the comments. Mind you, whole time my special eye because I had a dream the other day, and I didn't know it had anything in correlation with the dream. With the message she was doing. I'm not gonna mention the dream in this message. But basically, there's somebody in her comment section who was evil eyeing her. So I'm in the comment section like back this sender to the person who was like wishing Phoenix negative intent. Meanwhile, she was trying to be rude and cruel to me. But I didn't know because it's like I literally have not done anything wrong to you. Um basically like she was just so rude. So you can go listen to that message. She better not delete that message. She better not delete that message. And even if she do delete that message, it's alright. It's alright because I already handled that handle. I ain't gonna hold you. It didn't occur. She was saying verbatim. She basically hate me. She basically said she was using her mouth to curse me. All types of shit. I'm literally so oblivious. I wasn't even realizing she was talking to me. I'm thinking she's talking to somebody else or it's a part of the channel message or something like that. She didn't even realize that the person that the person I don't know if she's roommating with or whoever's in that home with her is doing juju on her. And that was the reason she was really mad. And me with my spiritual eye and discernment, I'm knowing this. So I'm like, I was trying to make this scenario better or cheer her up. And she didn't want none of that shit. And I learned, when someone tells you who they are, excuse me, someone trying to tell you who you are, but when someone shows you who they are, believe them. Because it's been happening for a while, and I just been kind of like, I don't think she's talking about me. I don't think she's doing this. I don't think she's doing. I'm like, God, because I like watching her messages. I'm trying to give her like benefit of the doubt. No, cancel. I'm going to show y'all. I had a dream on Sunday. I had a dream on Tuesday. I had a dream on the 16th. I had a dream on the 18th. What's today's date? The 20th. I'm going to read y'all the channel messages first before I talk about these dreams. 3 days and 20 minutes. Something is going to happen in 3 days and 20 minutes. A prediction, trust your intuition, regard your second house placements, your seventh house placements, God, Oshan, a miracle, your eighth house placements, and something in regards to this year. The message where I was, right when I put the paper down, after I said what I said, it's like why would I scratch myself? Fuck you, bitch. Don't touch me. I literally just barely scratched my skin, and that's where one of my birthmarks are. So this is going to correlate to the message. Now, in the beginning of the summer of this year, 2025, Phoenix Marvelous went AWOL. Not to be found, not to be seen, didn't put up content for 2 months. At first, even though, like, I'm just like, I just had the notion, I'm like, something is wrong, but I was trying to say, like, I didn't want to wish bad on her, so I'm just like, I just knew, like, I just knew something was wrong, but I was trying to make excuses. I was just like, maybe she went on vacation. I'm like, I hope nothing happened to her, genuine as fuck. Because this is somebody actually I like to watch, previously like to watch their content. Mind you, I ain't gonna hold you. I had this particular love interest. And it been this weird ass energy in regard to love interest. I'm not trying to blame it on Phoenix. But when Phoenix went away for 2 months, me and that love interest got like this. Kinda. We started getting more close. We started communicating more. And while we were doing so, why the fuck this nigga pulled up one time when we was hanging out, me and his love interest, and it had Georgia license plates. Then I kept going other places, traveling other places outside the city. I kept seeing Texas license plates. So I'm like, what the fuck? So that made me even think about Phoenix a little bit more, because I was just like, I'm like, something bad. I'm like, once, like, it was almost 2 months. I'm like, something bad happened. Something bad must have happened. I told y'all the story time before, but I'm just reiterating. Let me tell you what happened, because it all correlates. Because remember I said, Phoenix has Aquarius embodiment in her birth chart. Aquariuses have a gift in regards to shapeshifting. I'm gonna just say that. And especially if you're a witch and you're tapping into dark arts, I'm pretty sure. Anywho's. And if you even go back to my previous messages, here's another theory. It's not even a theory. It's not even a coincidence. It's the truth. I had before Halloween, literally before Halloween day of this year, I did a message in regards to a hypothetical underworld deity. During the message, some sort of, because I never explained it, some sort of silhouette of a person had came to me. Mind you, I was in a public setting. Some sort of silhouette of a person had came behind me, couldn't come anywhere close to me. I just could see them from my peripheral. They had came behind me, like they would like, and was sending this negative energy. So I immediately packed my shit up, not because I was scared, but because I was like, you know, if somebody's sending that energy to me, and I'm in a public space, I'll probably be more safe at home. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, let me pack my shit up and continue to read it at home. The energy didn't want me to make the video. I did the video anyways. Halloween day, Phoenix posts, you can go to her community board, Phoenix posts a picture of her Halloween costume. Very symbolic of the reading I did that day. A black angel of some sort. Not an angel at all. Not an angelic angel at all. Some sort of demonic angel costume she had on. Now, mind you, the outfit was cute. The outfit was good. I ain't even about to hold you. Because I ain't a hater. But I was even thinking then, that's weird. I just did a message on something similar to your outfit. I still was like not seeing the record. I'm just like, yeah, whatever. Cute outfit, you know? So what are we going to talk about first? I'm going to read y'all the channel messages from each day, and then I'm going to tell you the dreams I had on each day in regards to the 16th and the 18th. On Sunday, November 16, 2025 at 2:30 a.m., 50%. Now, because of, before I get into that, I didn't tell the story. See, this bitch don't want me, because the way I'm going to narrate this shit, it sounds like a movie, yo. I promise you. But my life always been like a movie. But like, bitch, I don't need no supporting characters like this. So, like I said, Phoenix went AWOL for 2 months. I was kind of worried about her, whatever the fuck was going on with her, because I just felt like something was wrong. But life was getting good for me. So, scenario plays out. All I'm gonna say is basically I had got assaulted by this woman that was friends with my previous lover. Not even a love interest, just was friends. The situation didn't make sense. The reason she assaulted me didn't make sense. Made me feel some type of way, obviously, because it's like I didn't want to fight the woman. I'm not no pussy. It's just when things don't make sense, and I know it's more in regards to the spiritual going on in certain scenarios, you know, I'm gonna excuse myself in the scenario. If somebody come to fight me and I know you're possessed, why would I fight you? And I would rather pray them demons out. But you know, I ain't doing that for that bitch, because I can't be cool friends with nobody who's that easily manipulated in the spirit to be a vessel. Now, why do I say that? The woman insulted me. That scenario happened. Yada yada yada. I had to take that L. Not embarrassed. I was more mad than embarrassed. And God handling that scenario to this day. Why am I mentioning someone else that supposedly doesn't have nothing to do with Phoenix Marvelous, right? Before the altercation happened with that previous woman, I had a conversation with her, and we was talking about maternal mother figures, and I was telling her basically like, I didn't have the best relationships with my mom. I was just like being very honest, transparent. I didn't have to say that. I don't know why I said that to her. I don't know why I felt like this was the first day I ever met her. This is a woman. She was isolating herself from the group. She didn't want to talk to nobody. I don't like to see people, just like, nobody like trying to involve them in what's going on. I should just left her where the fuck she was at. But another scenario, I'm being overly nice. I'm trying to include somebody, make them feel comfortable, and for a little while, everything was good vibes. I'm the life of the party. I'm making sure everybody's entertained. Mind you, it's not my event per se, but technically because it was my love interest event, it technically was. Now, also you must know, everybody in that room did not know that was my love interest, besides like a few people. So that friend of his did not know I was his love interest. To start there. So I started talking about the mother figure and stuff like that. I told her I wrote a book talking about my life, all this stuff like that, which is now being revised because of this scenario. And she said, bold as fuck, well, I think that, your mom don't know this bitch. Don't know this bitch. She gonna tell me about my life. Don't know this bitch. And I was calm. I'm used to that type of scenarios where the people are just so ignorant. Like, if I'm telling you it is what it is, how are you gonna tell? It's my life. I'm telling you what the fuck going on. You don't know me. It's the first day you met me. It ain't been 24 hours of me knowing you, bitch. Like, and she got offended that I said anything in regards of like my mother figure and I didn't have the best relationship, and she got offended. So that's where but it's usually I'll let people have it on that one, but like because it has something to do with regards to my life, a book that I wrote based on my life, ain't no way you can say something like that to me. So I politely told her like, I said what the fuck I said, and she didn't like that. Then I'm not gonna mention the other person. Just let's just say it's this. So we changed scenarios, and she do something that would make me as a woman feel as though she had romantic feelings for my previous lover. While my previous lover was making it very clear that he was not interested in her. I'm like, all right, that's his friend. He might be little big bro to her. There are some women that just act emotionally incestuous with people. So I ain't want to put her on the spot. I ain't want to embarrass her. Mind you, these are my intentions. I ain't want to embarrass her. I ain't want to put her on the spot, and I could have because that was my previous love interest. So I waited to see if I would have the opportunity to have her by herself, where I could have a one-on-one conversation. And I made sure in the time period before that said conversation, I would think about what I would say to her so she would not be offended. Now, granted, people who really know me know sometimes when I talk to people, even if it's just sometimes you can't help but offend people and it's not your intention. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes when I talk to people, some people will take it as offense. And it is what it is. I don't care. If I know my intent is not to offend you and you become offended, that's not on me. So the woman, I got a chance where it was just me and her to ourselves, and I politely pulled her to the side. I'm like, hey, I'm not trying to be rude or anything like that. Like, how long have you known such and such? I didn't say that was my love interest, nothing. I just want to see what she was about to say. Like she start like that. She started wilding like that. I ain't never seen a female comport themselves like that ever in my life. Ever in my life. I was confused. Because early on in the day, everybody was talking about what schools they had went to, and some people were saying how long they've known each other. She ain't never answered that question. All right. So when I put her to the side, and I'm like, yo, how long you known such and such? She started wailing. Who you think you with? Like wailing. I did, clutch his pearls. I really did clutch his pearls. I'm like, oh my gosh. I'm explaining to her. I'm like, listen, like I'm being very mature. I'm like, because the old me is not that mature. Even the currently me is not even that mature. But God was showing me something about myself that day. Um, the property we was on, I didn't want to disrespect that property neither. So it was like I'm definitely not fighting you because I didn't want a scenario where people looking at me like, oh look, that's such love interest starting trouble. I ain't want no situation like that. So it's just the fact that my intent was like ahead of the situation the whole time. So basically I kept trying to let her know I'm not trying to offend you. I'm not doing this that you're saying that I'm doing. I'm not trying to do this to you that you're saying that I'm doing. She didn't want to hear that. She snuck me. It was a whole thing. Assault, basically assault. Why am I mentioning it in the story? So the woman was a Gemini, and I'm be honest with you. Once she had put hands on me, y'all already know what time it is. If you don't know me, you know like it's just certain things in my moral code book that I don't tolerate. And there's certain things spiritually, like if you do something to somebody who's called by God, they then have an allowance to do onto said person's life. So I started doing. So I found the bitch. All right, backstory. I thought she was somebody else. Backstory. That was the reason I didn't want to fight her. Also, I thought she was somebody else. I thought she was like a long lost relative or some shit like that. She wasn't. Come to find out, I didn't find out for like a few months later. But anywho's, but when I did find out who she was exactly, I found her birthday, did her birth chart. This bitch was a Gemini sun, Pisces moon in the 12th fucking house. Now, you can probably still see here. This is the only thing she did to me. She scratched my neck. There was no other real issues with my body for the most part. She didn't do anything in regards to her own doing that to harm me. That's what I would say. Besides the scratch on my neck. Face still cute. You can go back to the month of July and August. You can see my content. Nothing is absolutely wrong with me. My face is still cute. I'm still visually doing content. Nobody would stop me from doing shit. But what I noticed was, I said she was a Gemini, right? Gemini rules what? Communication and connections. Lover, loved one, friend, relative, romantic, platonic, and or business partnership, your seventh house. Now, I know what my seventh house placement is. So, Gemini is in regards to communication. When we come onto this platform, and even in the spiritual community, that's still embodiment of Gemini. This Gemini embodiment that Phoenix has been saying for the longest time. I've read Phoenix' marvelous birth chart. All right, she don't got no Gemini in her birth chart. The only way Phoenix Marvelous will have Gemini in her birth chart is if she's been lying to y'all and she actually is adopted and she got a different birth chart. That's the only other way. But that birth chart that is released to the general public, she don't got Gemini in her birth chart. So, like I said, you see on my neck, somebody trying to scratch my neck. I know this symbolically because the whole assault was more spiritual. So it's like I knew it was a point of contact because the whole scenario didn't make sense. So I'm like, and where I had marks on my body because like we had ended up falling on the ground and tussling and stuff like that. So like I said, she didn't harm me. It was only like this scratch on my neck. But I had places, I had bruises on my back. I had right here. It looked like somebody had like stabbed me on my buttocks. American Heritage Society ass. The places where I had bruises at were very significant. My neck, Mercury placement, Gemini, communication. Somebody didn't want me to speak. Somebody didn't want me to say anything. Use the gift God blessed me with as a full Venus placement. Going against my calling and destiny. Oh, that's a death promise right there. So I'm like, I knew it wasn't the female friend that assaulted me, it wasn't really her. She was like a point of contact for whoever wanted to harm me, or whatever the case may be, or had an issue with me. Why after the fight, Phoenix get back on YouTube after being AWOL for 2 months, then do a story time talking about she was incarcerated, and why, as she was being incarcerated, she had got a new love interest who basically threw her under the bus and left her for dust. Well, as she went and got incarcerated for 2 months, and then had to pay her lawyers, not one but two lawyers, two significant of what? If you know, you know. Had to pay out $7,000, 7,000 placement, like I just said, right? So I'm watching this shit. I'm watching this shit play out. I'm like, what the actual fuck? But I'm just like, nah. Let me see this play out. Let me see. I'm like, maybe I'm tripping. So going back into the message you're doing today, in regards to, excuse me, she feel like I'm just eating her up, and I would never eat that pussy, bitch. I'm not gay. I'm not hetero. I'm heterosexual, not homosexual. There's not enough money in the world you can do to pay me to be gay, unless I'm acting. Cause I'm an actress, and amongst many other things. So Phoenix was pulling cars today, and as she was pulling cars, mind you, Phoenix got Taurus embodiments in her birth chart. I have Taurus embodiments in my birth chart. She started pulling out certain cards. Four of Pentacles kept coming out. Low ass Pentacle cards kept coming out. And every time a money card would come out and it was like a low amount, she started getting mad. So if you want to go look at the video and see what the fuck I'm talking about, to know that I'm telling the truth. Every time she started going the fuck off and getting belligerent, I was saying God bless you and every type of shit in the comment section. You might not be able to see that shit now, but you're going to know I'm not tripping. Four files placement very significant in regards to her. Not me, for her. And it never made sense to me why she always be talking shit about people who are parents, knowing she don't got no kids. And when I just said that, my paper literally just like, it's like some sort of wind just hit it. And there's no wind in this room right now. There's no window open, nothing. She mad that I'm even telling y'all I'm seeing what she doing in the dream state. Anywho, and in real life. And I'm narrating the way it is. But if you go watch all her videos, she literally incriminates herself. And then there is a theory that Phoenix Marvelous could be gay. And then Phoenix Marvelous has posted her grandmother, her mother. She's never posted this cousin she talked about that's a stripper, that she basically witnessed a crime being done by, and that she was also at the strip club with this cousin too. And when she was doing that message, God was saying she's actually the stripper. And the paper moved again. Look her up. In her earlier videos, she puts her first and last name. Go look her up and tell me you find the college degree that she's been saying she's been going to college for at. Yo, it's about to go down. She even said in the video when she talked about that cousin stripper, she went to the strip club, that she gave herself her own stripper name. Anywho, so let's talk about these dreams. So, channel message for Sunday was someone got their feeling hurt. I put feeling, not feelings. They're feeling hurt because of something you said or did. Zodiac signs and environment is very significant. Leo, Aquarius, Scorpio, Gemini. Tuesday, November 18th, 2025 at 2:50 p.m. Someone you were previously connected to is thinking of you. Aries and Aquarius very significant. Now, in my previous channel messages or American Heritage Society class message, whichever one previously I did, I was saying how this week, to be honest, it could have been the video I deleted. So basically, I need y'all to know this week, Mercury opposition Mercury. So basically, Sagittarius. Then Jupiter's in Sagittarius. Then there's an Aquarius and there's Aquarius embodiment in some sort of transit. And then yesterday was a full moon in Scorpio, saying that people was gonna be in their feelings, saying that possible mother figures gonna die. God forbid on my life, more like grandmas and such as things of that sort. If you wasn't going through your feelings, you wasn't going off. Your emotions this week wasn't like weird, out of the ordinary. Let me not say out of the ordinary, like not what you're used to on the average day to day. Then the possible death could be going on in people's family. That's what the astrologists were saying. And it's quite interesting to me because I did this message already. I talked about these dreams already, but I didn't feel right in my spirit, so I deleted it not once but twice. One today, one the other day yesterday. So I did a message yesterday, deleted the message. Then the next day, Phoenix is going off and being mad and trying to curse me out. God forbid my life. How you mad about something you possibly didn't see? So, Phoenix got this message. I don't remember. It's like, not the message she did today, the day before. She did a message and she basically was talking about gay people, gay men, downloads, all types of shit. I decided to watch that message, and when I was watching the message, I just started feeling like I wanted to go to sleep. I wanted to take a nap. So I'm like, fuck it. I ended up taking a nap. So while that reading was playing, I took this nap. I saw Phoenix Marvelous in the dream state. But before I get into that dream, let's talk about the dream I had on Sunday. Because if today's Thursday, she did a message yesterday. So it could have been so it was like 3 days ago she did the message. So on Tuesday, Phoenix did a message, something in regards of gay men. And I don't like listening to those messages because I'm not trying to attract to gay men as a heterosexual woman. You know what I'm saying? So the first dream was based off, for whatever reason, I feel as though when I did the Orisha's message. I feel as though she seen I did the Orisha's message. I don't know if she watched it. Now, mind you, Phoenix Marvelous has a... Let me say the dream first and then say what I gotta say. Because when I tell you what I now know... So the first dream I had Sunday, there's an Aquarius embodiment, right? It seemed like a sister sign. Means Phoenix do have similar zodiac signs in our birth charts, not in the same placements. So keep that in mind. I'm right. There's a woman doing my hair in the dream. I told the bitch I want yellow and black braids, knotless braids. That bitch went ahead and did whatever the fuck she was doing. I don't know if I wasn't like paying her any attention. And that's what it's really about. Phoenix gets mad when she get up here and do them Cash App lives for like $5 and she's not getting enough $5. She gets mad because she want $5 from certain people. And if you making 54,000, whatever the case you said you was making off the YouTube app, I don't know why you she mad I'm saying that shit right now. She need the money, especially after a court case like that. God forbid on my life. Have mercy on it. Anywho's, that's the dream. So the bitch, instead of putting yellow and black braids in my hair, she does red and black braids. So, backstory, around, 2020? Phoenix was doing, like, music submission lives. It might not be up here anymore. I believe she would go live and then delete the live. But if you know, you know. She just when Phoenix was doing music, mind you, I started professionally doing music in 2019. Phoenix didn't come onto the YouTube platform as a spiritualist of any kind or guru until 2020. Phoenix started off trying to do music. You would think, predominantly being in nearer in Texas or Atlanta, that shit would have worked out for you. But it didn't. Because you were too busy negatively projecting on other folk. Yes. She had to let that shit go. And God want me narrated like she lost some sort of rank or something like that. So she did the live submission this one day. This is when I did my first debut song, and I seen that at the time when some Terry that I was amused with, adored at one point in time, was doing live music reviews. So this is the perfect opportunity. She's in Atlanta. Let me send her my music. Soon as I sent her the music, mind you, I'm still watching the live. I seen her receive the email and then she turned off the live. Then got onto her platform to do a channel message. It was like, I know you can find that message, by the way. It's still on there. She was like, I know what you're doing when you're sending me music and you're trying to copy off my energy and you're trying to take from what I have and I'm not gonna post you. I'm not gonna. I remember even seeing that message. I'm like, oh, she's not talking about me. It must be somebody that was being disrespectful to her or something like that. This bitch literally got on her platform asking people. What it really is this bitch thought she was gonna alchemize off of the people she was asking to send music to listen to and possibly judge on that live music review. She was in the music studio and everything. But one of her friends, the friend she keeps reiterating, was in the army and possibly be doing some fuck shit that's very illegal with the resources he had from the U.S. government. Like, I don't even know if they still even friends. I haven't heard about this friend in a very long time in her own content. Anywho's. But yeah, that happened. So, she put black and red braids in my head, whoever the woman was in the dream. Now, if you know, so I ain't gonna hold you. This color of the studio was black and red when I did see that live submission. But what I also know as an artist myself, an independent artist, a lot of music studios, they does have that backdrop, that wallpaper, however you want to call it, where it's black and red. So in the dream, I'm not thinking none of that, but like in the dream, it was kind of like I wanted to get mad at her, but I didn't. I don't know why. I just didn't. I just was like, I didn't feel like it was worth it. I didn't feel like I cared enough. And in the dream, it was like after I seen that the woman didn't do what I told her to do, and I was a client. In that same moment, it's like God like made me realize something. And what I realized was, I'm like, oh my gosh, she just parted all my hair. She did my hair. The hair don't really look that bad. If I really want to, I can redo the hair because I have the skill to do my own hair. I didn't feel like doing it. I wanted to pay somebody else to do it. And the phrase I used in the dream after realizing that was, oh, she just made it easier for me. She keep talking about she's offended by me because she feels as though I have better gifts. She feels as though she feels like I'm taking her spot in some sort of way, but I'm not a witch. What spot am I taking? A witch, a child of God. 6, 7. Be for real. So, she's somewhere mad, like just mad. I don't care. So, let's go back to the dream. So, alright, this is how it correlates. So, when I was about to leave that room and go to a different room, and I saw this short All makes sense now. 'Cause I'm like, who's this short man? I seen this short, like Spanish or Chinese man, and he had got scared and he left and went to another room. Now I know in rooms and dreams like um different places. Usually windows are significant of like social media and stuff like that. But another room is like going to another place, another scenario. I don't know if that wanted yellow and black hair reference is in regards to that ugly fucking hairstyle she got right now. Cause I'm not even about to play with that. I'll be nice. I just didn't say nothing. You don't got nothing nice to say. You don't say nothing, especially if you like adore somebody. But that hairstyle is ugly, and it does define her more as a witch. I ain't even going to hold you that. Yeah. Anywho's, but back to that reference. That's another. That short Chinese man is another app, and that's all I'm gonna say. She feels every time I'm prospering in my career in this niche. Mind you, I'm not doing the same thing whatsoever as Phoenix. There might be similarities, but it's the spiritual community. There's a lot of similarities. I don't do tarot. So what are you comparing and contrasting from? And why are you doing so if you have that many followers, you have that many subscribers, and everything really organic? Anywho's, she felt intimidated. That's all it is. Felt, don't give a fuck, don't touch me. Then, in the dream, I saw like basically people like a group of people I used to know. They're all with men. They came into. It's like the house was very nice, very luxurious for the most part. I wouldn't say luxurious, but very nice home. It's not like a family home. It's not like a apartment building. It was like a house. After getting the hair done, I guess had invited guests to come over. They was all niggas, 3 niggas. That could even just be Gemini. Even if it was 3 niggas, embodiment of Gemini. A lover of some sort. Lover, loved one, friend, relative, romantic, platonic, and or business partnership of some sort. 7th house placement, very significant. Invite this person to the home. Now, the way this person was depicted was of this Taurus Haitian man that I used to be cool with and used to refer to him as Little Big Bro. This nigga be in and out of jail, alright? I don't be around him like that. Because my lifestyle and his lifestyle, it just doesn't, you know? But, you know, God bless. So I thought it was weird I even seen that person in the dream. These people, like, as nice as the home was, these people was these men was acting ghetto ratchet, and how do I explain it? Like it's like they knew the house was nice, they knew the house wasn't there, so they felt as though they could kind of be, what's the word, disrespectful in the sense of how they treat the home, in the sense of like they came in there, they yelling while they talking, they being belligerent, like acting like they ain't have no home training basically. That's the best word. Yes, that's the best word. The people who came in there, the men, the Taurus men in specific, act like they ain't have no home training. Mind you, I ain't even gonna talk about that. So it's something about that message she was talking about, down low men, gay men. I don't know if she had a friend or a love interest that's either Spanish or Chinese, light in complexion, or someone who do voodoo, or someone who is Haitian. And she was dating them and they was down low. I don't know what the fuck was going on with that. But anyways, invited them into the home. They acting like they ain't had no home training. Take them upstairs. When she took them upstairs into the room, there was a very, very, very tall man with dreads. I don't know who the person was, but I felt like I knew who the person was. Now, in my own narration, I believe the very, very tall man was an angel. Because angels are known to be like 10 to 13 feet tall. The person was very significantly taller than everybody else in that room. When those people, because a man is an embodiment of Leo. So But I know what I now know now, and I've known for a while now. Phoenix Marvelous, she'll be trying to use that Leo and bite when she's acting in her masculine energy. She pops up in your dream state, and I've said this before. She will appear as a man. Where the fuck they do that shit at? Correct. Because that Leo placement she had in her birth chart. And with that Aquarius embodiment in regards to shapeshifting, this bitch being in the dream state, what's that word? What's the word? You know, when you wear men and women clothes and not unisex. You know what the fuck I'm talking about, bitch. She be doing that type shit in the dream state. Weird as fuck. Man, you go to sleep, you think you seen your love interest or an ex or something like that. No, it seems marvelous. Closeted gay, popping up in your dream state, trying to kiss upon you, bitch. That didn't happen to me. I said just imagine, God forbid. The thing was, this man, this angel, this tall person, when everybody entered the room, I don't know, me personally, because I was very aware in the dream state. I'm like, there's too many niggas in this room and I'm only one female. Now mind you, I don't have no problem hanging with the guys. But in that scenario, I'm like, this is weird. You got a tall ass nigga here, 3 ass niggas acting belligerent like they ain't have no home training. I'm the only female in the room. I left. But in order to leave, I have to go down the stairs. And while I was going down the stairs, the tall angel left with me. When stairs are significant of Libra embodiment, justice. You go up the stairs, you gain justice. You go down the stairs, something unjust has been done. Alright? It was my perspective from the dream that something unjust was being done, so I left. Alright? And that tall man followed with me and left those 3 people in the room. Gemini embodiment. Gemini Taurus embodiment. So, mind you, I just did an Orisha message. You can only imagine how tall an Orisha would be. So, that same day I did, yesterday, went to church. Listen, it correlated because this dream I had on Sunday. Yesterday it correlated because went to church, heard a message, and basically within the message, saying something along the lines of like, you don't know the spirit that protects a person. You don't know, first of all, any spirit that got dreadlocks, you know is from a melanated descent. Let's start there. So, the message was saying, somewhere in the message was saying, you don't know the spirit that follows and protects a person. You don't know what kind of energy a person holds in regards to being a child of God. You can't just be talking on certain people and you don't know who that person is, for real. And when I heard that, I got so happy because I'm just like, yeah, this is before the fact of Phoenix doing that message and being belligerent with me, by the way. Phoenix was so mad that I kept telling her, God bless you and God loves you and trying to cheer her up. She didn't end the message. She didn't like threw the phone or some shit. I was just, oh my goodness. Go watch that message. Tell me I'm not lying. Can't compare where you can't compete, and there was never a competition. So, is there any notes in regards to this? Hashtag no Wiz Khalifa. Something about music studio. Hairstylist gonna do what she wanna do. Good thing I know how to do my own hair. Someone left early. Something about travel plans. Sagittarius embodiment, very significant. Something about somebody Chinese, Spanish descent. Could be a musician of some sort. Somebody is scared. Somebody's hiding something. This could be this down low person. Something about the Aquarius. 2 different cultures in regards to divination appropriation. If my spiritual community is in regards to bringing different cultures together in regards to spiritual divination, how could you and your message point any finger to talk about anybody and their political or this bitch be watching my TikToks. This is what the dream would tell me basically. This bitch be watching my TikToks. The bitch got a fake page somewhere watching my TikToks. And then come on to the YouTube platform, talk about somebody want to beat me so bad and somebody want to. Excuse me? Excuse you? I had a notion for a very long time that Phoenix been watching me on other pages because it's like I'll post a meme and then she'll do a reading and mention the meme. I'll do something in regards to my content. She'll give praise to my content in some sort of variation. So I'm thinking, bitch, you cool. Now, bitch, is you cool? You need that? Ain't even a question no more. Now, what did I notice about this scenario? So, Phoenix Marvis, when she does those messages in regards to download men and gay men, this and that, why are you looking into that? Let's start there. Why are you looking into that? Because me, I don't even be looking into that. And I make sure in every message where that even comes up, I rebuke it. You just willingly talking about gay niggas. Are you dating gay niggas? And then, like, if you pay attention, excuse me, I rebuke. If you listen to her messages in regards to her dating life and when she does date, they be some sketchy ass motherfucking niggas. She said she done dated somebody, I think, like, old as fuck. Grandpa type shit. Not mine. She said she done dated a nigga that didn't respect her. She done dated a nigga who was there when she got incarcerated, left her for dust. God forbid on my life. And this is not to, like, even be funny. It's just like, let's call a spade a spade. You had so much to say negatively about me, so now I can say what I got to say. But like I was saying, whenever Phoenix does the messages in regards to gay men, it's because she sees something about either myself or another person in regards to their relationship, and she don't want people to be happy. I never knew that was a thing with certain people until I've seen it with my own two eyes besides Phoenix Marvelous. There are people that will not want you to dream, will not want you to come into contact in physicality with your actual lover that you're supposed to marry, and try to distract you from that. And honestly, if you're trying to distract your spiritual community from being with the actual counterpart, mind you, I say all the time, you don't got Venus placements for real. Although Taurus is a Venus placement, here we go. Taurus is a Venus placement. Taurus is symbolic of marriage. So because Venus, because Venus doesn't have no Gemini in her birth chart, what Venus has been doing is trying to marry y'all in the spiritual to gay ass niggas, because she can't find a man and keep one. Alright? It's the same bitch that get on this app talking about she don't even like sex. To try and project that onto other people so they can't come in contact with their divine counterpart, but instead come watch her videos where she talking about download gay ass niggas, no resolve, no nothing, just basically talking about these niggas and just going off about it, not doing nothing about it, just keep dating them. And by you keep watching this type of content, it's like a narration. It's very gay. I'm not even gonna be funny. I'm not even trying to be funny with you. I don't care what color I got going on around me. Rainbow child, beautiful child, God's very own. It's very gay to whether you think people don't know or not, to make content for people to come to your page so that they cannot be with their divine counterpart, so they can be isolated and lonely like you. Paper just moved again. So I know I'm telling the truth. It's very much gay. Because predominantly it would be more women that would view that content than a man. I'm not lying. So, something about... So, what's actually going on in people's love life right now is that you actually got... I'm not talking about Phoenix Marvelous. I'm talking about me and my supporters. We got people who actually... They darn near almost trying to fight over figuring out who's going to walk us down the aisle. We got people who's actually happy to be around us. Mind you, it's so funny. Let me say this real quick. Because when I was on her... Alright, because I found this very weird. So I wasn't using this channel, but I was on a different channel when I was viewing her content. Because God told me to do so. Everybody in the comment section, even though everybody was not being truthful, per se, was sending her all this good ass energy. And she was just cursing them out, cursing them out. And it's like, huh? Then I used that same platform and I made content that same day, unrelated to tarot or the intuitive, spiritual community. And then I started getting all these like really hateful messages, and I'm just like, isn't that ironic? And there was somebody on the fake page, mad, just mad. And I knew the person like really had an issue with me, like, and I was just like, this must. I'm not gonna say. I'm not gonna be. It's not far fetched to say it could be that bitch, but like, just the energy alone, I was just like, alright. I'm like, mind you, I don't care about that shit. Cause like, I'm not about to be for somebody who got to make a fake page. You seem pathetic. So, yeah. Something about scenario one man left standing. So while Phoenix is trying to marry on, that's what I'm saying though. So while Phoenix is trying to marry a whole bunch of bitches in the spiritual realm to herself and her ancient ass dating life, including gay men and gay man shenanigans, because I ain't gonna hold you. I ain't never came in contact with so many download men, but not like dating wise, but I never came in contact with so many download men until I started watching Phoenix content. And this for the bitch to be lying and say she got Gemini in her birth chart, and then the actual Gemini of the United States of America is not being outed to be gay. Be careful. Now let's get into it. So the second dream that was on Tuesday, November 18, 2025 at 2:50 p.m. 250. 2, value. 5, Oshan. 0, God. Olodomere. 3 days and 20 minutes. I'm telling you. I had a dream. I've been narrating the dream for a very long time. I'm not going to say what the dream is. If you want an indication as to what the dream is, remember Phoenix when she wore that shirt? I think it was like a white shirt with a heart in the middle of it. Very significant. She is mad. I don't give a fuck. This an Aries or Aquarius did or is doing something currently. Anyways, so let's talk about the dream where I see Phoenix for the second time in the dream state. And this was just a day or two ago when she was doing the download messages and I had took this nap and then I seen Phoenix in the dream state. A pastor invites a group of women to a church in the middle of nowhere. Not in the city, in a rural area, grassy plains, nice big church / home. Church embodiment of Virgo. Virgo embodiment of right now, real life. By the way, that first dream I was talking about, there's a song reference that God want me to tell you about. Black Beetle by Ray Shamir. Back to Cinderhope. Because I'm not even going to explain. So before I wrote the channel message before I write the notes of my dream down in regards to the other day when Phoenix was doing that message in regards to gay men, I wrote no negativity / spiritual marriage. Because why the fuck there's a whole bunch of bitches going to church in a dream with a witch and being invited by a pastor. We about to fuck your ass up, Phoenix. We about to fuck you up. We about to fuck you up. I already did the prayer, so now I know in real life timing. But the other day, when you did that message, I didn't know what was going on. Now I know. Now I know what it means. But I see somebody going like, what? Fuck out of here. Anyways, random ass pastor, short, black, fat man, because I didn't know how else to narrate him, invites a whole group of women to the church home. In front of the church home, there's a tree. Tree is symbolic of Virgo also. It's a lot of Virgo, 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 Virgo going on. And we in the month of November. Remember I was talking about that Risha message? You know how things got all them Beyonce themed videos? You know how Beyonce supposedly worship Oshan? We're gonna get to it. Let me tell the dream first. You don't like that I know something I know, but it's public knowledge. Anywho, but first let's talk about this dream. The tree in front of the church home didn't have no leaves on it, but just branches, empty branches. Something about the three branches of the three branches in regards to the legal system is very significant. And for a moment, I was underneath that tree in the dream, and I was like, "Yo, something weird is going on." Like in regards to that dream, it was so much weird as spiritual energy. I just took it as like this week got a lot of transits, in regards to astrology. Yeah. You know, some people don't care about, it, but like, I'm just saying. So I just knew I was like, whatever energy is going on, don't really got nothing to do with me. So that's why I'm not like affected by it, like other people are, as you can visually see. But I knew coming in the dream something weird was going on. I don't know where we was at. I don't know this man. I don't know what's going on. I don't know why this man invited all these people and we all willingly came. What the fuck is going on? Alright, bet. Now, this melanated, dark skinned man, pastor, heavy, I wouldn't say heavyweight, like big bone, invite everybody to the church, but not through the front entrance. He told all the women, mind you, there was no other men in the dream. Fuck out here with that nat shit, bitch. You not doing nothing. Bitch, why am I talking to you when the gnat even popping up? Like, bitch, be gone. Very easy to smash. Smash on site, ho. Because now I know you were point of contact for that assault that happened in July. I'm sending that energy back, ho. Now my right foot, I'm feeling like heat energy. Mind you, I got the fan on. Not like not like a fan that can blow air and stuff like that. Just cool air on right now. It's nowhere near the paper for it to even blow it. I just need to make that clear so nobody be like, oh, she shut. Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. What do I know about Phoenix's birth chart? She has Aries and Leo. I'm not sure about Sagittarius, but she has Aries and Leo in her birth chart. I know the Leo's a prominent placement. Rather. Now, like I was saying, he told everybody to go through the side entrance, and I felt like that was weird as fuck. Because if it's a church, why are we not all going through the front door? You know what I'm saying? And if it was really right, all right, because I didn't even understand the interpretation until right now. If it's a church, and we're being invited to a church, really, the group of women was the spiritual community. Somebody invites you to church, and then there's stairs in front of the church to get into the church, which would mean you will be receiving justice in the spiritual. But this person don't want you to go up the stairs to receive justice. They want you to go through the side, basically still staying on the bottom level, which means something unjust being done to a whole bunch of women in the spiritual community. Mind you, man is symbolic of Leo. What that mean? What's that? Oh, thank you for subscribing to the channel. So basically, After everybody, like, I'm just remembering the dream. I'm like, this is weird. Why the fuck we going to the side of the building? I'm the only one asking questions. Nobody was really answering me. It's like, I don't know. So it was giving real cult vibes. But anyways, it was giving real cult vibes. But people didn't know they was in the cult. So never seen walk into the entrance, the side door entrance, nothing like that. I just seen he was telling everybody go through the side entrance. He was so happy, so happy. Everybody so happy to see each other. It was even being shown like I saw like visions within the dream where like I could see the women. They're like going on vacation. It's a whole bunch of women. They was going on vacation together. It's like they went on this group trip. Like they had planned this trip to go somewhere, etc., etc. And it's like, it's holiday season coming around the corner. So I'm like, So it might be something significant in that. What's in 3 days? Today's 1, 2, 3. Would be something on. All right, something's gonna happen on the 23rd. That's a Sunday. Keep that in mind. Cause I said 3 days, 20 minutes. No negativity on me and my household. Fuck you mean? Because I just heard a good message about the number 2. Thank you. After that part of the dream where everybody was going through the side entrance, now there was like a living room section. I ain't gonna hold you, just some weird ass shit that for me to even like realize. So my mother would do some like I had this thing with my mother a few years ago while watching Phoenix messages and stuff. But not to sound too far fetched. I had this scenario in regards to my own mother figure, maternal figure, in regards to cleaning the home. I cleaned the home one day. I got in trouble. Basically, someone tried to instigate problems towards me for cleaning the home. It's one of the scenarios where it didn't make sense. Now I'm understanding the situation. Now, when that same mother figure be cleaning the home, every time my mother figure cleans the home, Phoenix be acting belligerent like how she was acting today. And that's so weird. I also would like to let you know, I have said in the previous message in regards to Astral Queen that, Astral Queen be projecting and stuff like that, astral projecting into people's homes, and et cetera, et cetera. And I'm trying to figure out how you astral projecting in people's homes and they're not showing you every room of the home. You know what I'm saying? That you can't astral project somewhere you've never seen. Phoenix, you ain't never been in my living room. You ain't never been in my building. We know who has, and we know who left. You want more context in that, go listen to the other message. So, I've known for a while Faith Marvelous had the astral projection gift and has been trying to astral project in my home. You are no longer welcome here. Meet Frank at the door. Now, in this part of the dream, inside of the church, there's like a living room section, but you can still see it's a church. It's just a room with like a sitting room inside the church. Now, in this church living room, there are 3 sectionals, and if you really if you really look, excuse me, because I would never pay a bitch. I would never pay a bitch blessed money, and they trying to curse me. Bitch. The sectionals kind of spell out the letter C in that room. They were very long sectionals. I don't remember what the color was. Anywho's, there was 2 sectionals because it's parallel that was parallel to each other, and the Phoenix was sitting on the left side of the room. No window there, nothing that I recall of. Was sitting there on the other side. Remind you, all the sectionals was filled with all these different types of women. I seen the Aquarius embodiment for sure. Now let me narrate even more further. Fuck out of here, bitch. Phoenix was sitting on the left side of the room. There was other women sitting around her. I was sitting on the parallel sides of the on the parallel sides on the like basically from the point of view like on the bottom sectional, parallel to the sectional above me across the room parallel. Not really top and bottom because it's like a level. It's like everything is level. So like that, I guess that's like a Libra reference. Justice. um, that pastor man was sitting on the couch across from me, but not sitting like directly across from me. And then it's like I was in the middle in regards to the parallel. Then the pastor man was sitting more close to Phoenix, even though he was on a different sectional, and then on the left side. And then, mind you, this pastor man was sitting on the left side of the sectional. Phoenix was sitting on the left side of the room. Next to the pastor on the right side, my previous ex friend that's a Virgo. And the only correlation I had to, mind you, everywhere else is filled with other women. It's just these are the main people I recognized in the dream, although not knowing who the fuck that Virgo pastor was. Well, I'm not gonna say Virgo, but like, she just did a message in regards to like a Virgo or something like that. I don't know. Same message how it resonates. So everybody's talking amongst themselves. And then, first of all, why am I having a dream of myself but seeing it in point of view? So, Age Roost in the comment section asks where I'm from. From God. So, Phoenix doesn't like really interrupt, but like, as everybody's having their own different conversations amongst the room, she kind of starts a conversation with the like I keep saying Virgo. I don't know what Virgo has to do with anything, but the church. She starts having a conversation with the pastor that invited everybody there, the only man there, and she starts saying, "I want you to know that you're a chosen person of God." Age Rooster, Age Rooster, Age Rooster, you better not be Phoenix. They just left the chat. Woo! So Phoenix starts telling the bed, you're a chosen person of God. People don't know what you've been through." The person starts crying. And was like, it's true, you don't know, listen to her. Now mind you, the message she did today, she talked about download men and she getting mad and cursing people out, literally trying to, could never on my life. God have mercy. At first I was confused because I didn't know where that energy was coming from, because I'm being nice to you. Like, that it's true. This is the stuff I was saying in the comment section. And then afterwards, I just kind of, after she left the message, I'm chilling, I'm cooling, listening to my music, I'm cooling. Then out of nowhere, I start like getting emotional a little bit, because it's just like, I'm like, God, why I keep coming in contact with people like this person, where I continuously be nice to them, and they mean like, I like, if they show you who they are, believe them. I'm like, all right, bet. I'm like, all right, I'm not emotional no more. You right. And then after that, after seeing that part, all right, real quick, that previous Virgo friend of mine that was sitting next to that pastor in the church that Phoenix was talking to in the dream thing. First and foremost, that pastor, it might not be that person, but I'm gonna use this example. I remember when Phoenix Marvelous was advocating for TD Jakes. My spirit, me personally, I've never like meshed energies with TD Jakes. It was just, to me, something wasn't right about him. But I continue to let her, say what she got to say. It's her public platform, just for us to find out all that shit about TD Jakes, and certain shit happened to him. That's all I'm saying. So after that part of the dream, it's then narrated, because I said with 3 sectionals in the room, instead of a door being on that right side of the room, it was a large opening, so you could see the other sides and rooms and whatnot of that church, to let you know it's a church. So in the next room, it's like a different area where people like convene. Maybe you know, people convene and people like, I don't know, like maybe after the service or before the service, however. So I don't really know. It was never no notion as to in regards of like before or after a service. But the dream narrated that after that conversation, so after Phoenix did that video in regards to downloading gay men 2 to 3 days ago, that it was Sunday church. So the day that conversation took place was not Sunday. Because like I'm saying, she did that message, the dream was had 2 or 3 days ago. Sunday is the 23rd. Message started on Sunday, 16, 2025. Where I wrote, I had 2 dreams this week. On Sunday, November 16, 2025. Then Tuesday, November 18, 2025. And it was on Tuesday, Phoenix Marvelous. It was on Tuesday, November 18, 2025. Phoenix Marvelous had that down low gay message. Where I wrote in my notes, 3 days, 20 minutes. Today is now the 20th. In 3 days and 20 minutes. So that means not even the 23rd, on the 24th, something is going to happen. But anywho's, the narration of the dream, the last part of the dream, I saw 2 women. They look like young women, and something about the Aquarius embodiment. Now, you know when they be doing those reunions and they be playing them games, like specifically, you know that game they do where they tie your leg up together. God forbid my life. They tie your leg up together with another person, and then you got to race to get to a certain area. It kind of looked like they're trying to get to the area where that conversation was being had. So it's like everything is coming together. Like it's about to go down. This is what I kept saying in these channel messages. It's about to go down. Like long time coming. Like I'm telling you, like to even figuring out like this a flaw ass bitch. Anywho, the the 2 women, they didn't have like you know like in those like I was saying like in those reunions and stuff like that. I'm not talking about Zeus Network Code. And usually those family reunions, and y'all have these activity games, and then y'all do like the potato sack race, and then you do like the race where you tie one leg to another person, and then one person uses one left foot, one person uses one right foot. Mind you, this other room was on the right side of the church, and Phoenix was sitting on the left side. Let that resonate with you however it needs to resonate. And these 2 women were walking and talking to each other, going that particular direction. It's like going toward that left direction where Phoenix was sitting at. But you know it wasn't visible then because that was another day and something was going to happen on Sunday. But the notion of like there was in the dream there was nothing tied to those 2 women's legs. It's almost something like projection. It's almost something like doing something at the same time. It's almost something like competition energy, but making it seem like, oh no, it's all good, it's all good. Because I don't understand if you're a witch, God forbid my life, don't talk to me after this. If you're a witch, fuck is you scared about putting a name on it? Fuck is you scared about telling somebody, I don't fuck with you for real? Don't be general about it. You can look anybody else that subscribe to you, God forbid my life, and you want to be general about it, and you want to be like fuck the whole collective. I don't fuck with y'all. They can do whatever they want to do with that information. Me, you ain't gonna talk to me like that, and be smiling in my face, acting like we cool, and you know you really don't like me. At least me, I can be straightforward and be like, I like a person, I don't like a person, whatever the case may be. I was admiring at first. I like the content you were doing. Man, bitch, fuck off. You could like fall off the planet for all I care. And that was the end of the dream. Let's see what notes I have in regards to this dream. I ain't gonna hold you, but when I seen that nigga was like go to the side, it's like I don't know if this bitch is projecting it or this is her real life. Like, this bitch is a side bitch. Forever gonna be a side bitch. Giving side bitch energy. Because the only Venus placement she has in her birth chart is Taurus and Libra. If you know, you know. I don't have them issues. A back to center was done because there's a married pastor who's married to a witch, and there's something about a previous friend or lover that is gay. I that could be in regards to Phoenix Marvelous, because honest to God, I do not give a fuck. That don't got shit to do with me. You cannot take my energy. You cannot take my life. You can't even take my palms, bitch. Someone's mother's a witch. The Pisces. Something about a scare tactic. False partner is obviously gay. This is why I wrote my notes on the 18th. Today's the 20th. Now, this is why I wrote my notes in regards to the Sunday reference. Previous female friend didn't want you to get married because they're gay. Now, I had previous I can speak from experience. I can speak from what I've experienced of me and other people. There are some females that will befriend you, be sexually attracted to you, won't say that shit, be the first ones to dog out your love interest, regardless of whatever the scenario is, will be quick to be like, stop fucking with that nigga, let's go hang out, because whole time they sexually attracted to you because they gay. Mind you, they don't even gotta be your friend. Channel message, something about woman of God, a love interest, in a relationship. This is for my people. This is for my supporters. Don't think because I'm talking about Phoenix, when I'm giving channel messages about me and my supporters, this is what we're receiving, alright? A man of God previously went through some hardships. This could be Phoenix and that Leo embodiment. She could have went through some hardships, like going to jail and paying off that money because she was fucking around and then found out. Stop fucking with people who in a negative connotation that are of God, that actually want to see good things happen in other people's lives, including themselves. Now, your love interest. Matter of fact, fuck all that. Fuck all that. I'm not saying this. I'm not saying all these good messages. And this message in regards to Phoenix, fuck you. Don't touch me. That's the message. Oh, no, it's not. One more thing to say. Remember I was saying in the first dream, it was like a short Chinese or Spanish man. And I was like, he's short. And I'm like, oh, that might be a TikTok reference. I didn't say it like that, but it might be a TikTok reference. Because I know Phoenix has been watching my other pages. I have a lot of different other content pages. So it's like, bitch, for you to be trying to keep up. If you ever see, Phoenix has the ability to do messages every day if she really wants to. You ever don't see Phoenix doing a message for a day or two, I'm not saying she don't got no life. But usually it's because she reading up and studying on whatever the fuck niggas be doing so she can actually do a message. Because she don't really got nothing else to talk about. You can tell because these messages are getting lackadaisical of her. It's not, what I'm about to say, not even the notes. So after this scenario happened, after Phoenix tried to like curse me out in the comment section, Samali in the comment section said, "Don't you think you should not swear when giving advice about God? Don't you think you should you're entitled to your opinion. You're right. Maybe I shouldn't swear when talking about God. But everybody has their own relationship with God. And as I don't disrespect God with curse words, He allows me to express myself the way I need to express myself without being gay. In case that was your next line of questioning. And the person left the chat. Y'all be having big balls on these fake. Y'all be having big cancerous balls on these fake accounts. God forbid on my life. God forbid on my life and the people that genuinely care about me. But y'all be having these fake accounts trying to act all big and bad. Then when somebody says something to you, I'll get scared and click off the message. Like, you're pathetic. All right, you know what? I ain't gonna hold you. Somebody came back in the comment section and said, "Cause you will get more audience, I am sure." You know what? You know what? You're probably right. But think about it like this: how many people watch toxic ass TV, and how many people get on this same app and listen to an audiobook? I'm on your side, girl. No, I know you are. This is just how I talk when I'm very passionate. So it's like because although even if you come in with good intent on my page, I need y'all to know this. Even if you come on my page on good intent, and I know you're coming from good intent, that's why I changed the tone of how I'm talking. No pun intended. Um, there are people not like you that will make the same comment or line of questioning, such as you did, and they will not be coming from good intent. And there's people that won't see what you're saying to me in the comment section when the video is uploaded. So I have to speak from both perspectives. You understand? Some people I'm learning. Some people you can talk to because the whole premise of the message was I was being nice to somebody who was being hateful towards me, and they go see Pepe. God forbid on my life, have mercy. And while that is one notion, I don't have to change myself for anybody else. I also know that there's other demographics of people who don't listen, take heed to advice, unless you get belligerent, ghetto, or ratchet with them. Somebody in the comment section says audiobooks don't work well, God forbid, it's better, and it's more natural looking at the person when they're speaking the truth because that's what we are drawn to and we find it interesting. And I agree and disagree with what you're saying, only because there are different scenarios where people tell the truth, and because now I understand what you're saying. This is why I'm giving the perspective out. There's different type of people tell the truth, and this is why, as I'm passionately speaking, I'm also giving examples. I'm also telling y'all where to go look to find the research in regards to what I'm saying, so you know I'm telling the truth. I'm gonna give an example, and what is that thing called? What is it called? I'll give you an example, and I'll give you a citation in regards to where to go find the info. You know what I'm saying? So there's people who speak passionately about something because they're like very passionate about what they're speaking about, and because they're being passionate about what they're speaking about, people tend to not believe said person. But that's not always all the time. So I'm just giving different perspectives. Somebody in the comments section said because they are stuck in their feelings and feelings are not real. And I'm about to stop reading your message. I ain't about to even hold you. This is why this is my platform on this channel and not yours. I feel as though you probably will have some really good topics if you make your own content. But I understand what you're saying too. I'm still reading. I know I said I'm not. You got to understand my personality. Like I could be like fuck off, but like I'm not a mean person. I'm gonna keep conversating if it need be. Because they are stuck. Somebody said in the comments saying because they are stuck in their feelings and feelings are not real. I don't. Me personally, I don't agree with that. It's like a tool to understand life. I understand what you mean by that. I see where you're going with it. Not to dwell on emotions. I can see you are very aware. Thank you. I appreciate you. God bless you because I understand you have your own perspective on the scenario as someone viewing my content, and that's very insightful. And I'll take that piece of knowledge and try to use it accordingly regarding my own moral standing in regards to my content for future references. Somebody said in the conversation says he or she has lived in 5 countries and speaks 7 languages, very aware of human nature, and also said understands where I am coming from. I appreciate you, and that is very what's the word? That is very I need what it's like brain fart. That's like very inspirational. That's very inspirational. 5 countries and 7 languages. Can I ask you one question though? Are you in the army and or military? I'm waiting. Or did you just study abroad? I'm waiting for an answer. The person left. And this is why I talked to her. Anywho's, here is where I dropped the mic on y'all. And excuse me. And so after the scenario, like I was saying, felt overwhelmed, and I had a conversation with God, and God was like, somebody show you who they are, believe them. And I was like, you know what? No more excuses for her. Cut the cord. I cut the cord on Phoenix Marvelous. I close the heavens. I don't care. Back to sender. The only way I can do a cord cutting is if I come on here and I speak my truth about my experience in regards to her. Because if I don't, she's gonna keep trying to do spiritual attacks. She's gonna keep trying to do weird shit. And it was even the fact that, like, it's like she had the notion that I had got hurt in July, even being imprisoned. And then in August when she came back and she seen I was perfectly fine, no blemish, no demarcation on my body, it's like she got mad and started trying to do weird shit. In regards to divination, I'm not lying. Go look at all her messages from August up until now, and I kid you not, she got a lighter on that table facing the camera every time. And that's all I'm gonna say. Now look what this person. Look what Somalian comment section says. Somalian comment section said, while giving me this advice about not swearing in my own content, said that he or she has lived in 5 countries and speaks 7 languages. I don't know any other person who was, live in 5 countries and know 7 languages, and not in regards to anything in regards to the military, right, or the army, etc., etc. Just has confirmed that they work for the government and not in the military. And been on TED Talks. Oh, God bless you. Go to different countries, present different languages, this and third. Then move to a safe place and help them with a new beginning. You work for I had a dream about you. You work for Witness Protection Program. I had a dream about you like a month ago. Person left the chat. See, a lot of people are wise and very aware, but they just need an opportunity. Oh, let me put this down. Real quick. I support families that have been going through difficult times and help them get sponsored. If I was ever rude to you, I'm telling you, I'm really not. This is just my personality. I'm a human being just like anybody else, but I really like the way that you speak. So you saying that I don't want to say the wrong thing, that you lived in 5 countries and you speak 7 languages. I can tell by the way that you're communicating with me that you're actually a very emotionally intelligent person. I'm not somebody's going to lie to you. I'm not going to say I'm going to completely stop swearing in my videos. I'm not going to say that. But that is something that could be worked on. That is something that I can achieve if I really, try. So hearing that you are very distinguished and a person of affluence, I very much respect that you took the time out to even try to give me, I would say, a message via God, because I feel like these type of encounters are not just regular. Ask me a question, and while you ask me a question in the comment section, I have to say what I gotta say, because it's about to be 12 o'clock. I'm not trying to do this message past 12 o'clock. Now, I'm not gonna look at the camera real quick because I need to say what I gotta say before I answer the question you want to ask me. Please hurry and ask this question, because we only got 10 minutes for me to ask this question truthfully. Well, 12. So after I had that conversation with God, and God told me, Someone show you who they are, believe them. That's so beautiful that this keep being reiterated in this conversation. The comment section is happening. Um, So I've been trying to do like this content in regards to Beyonce on TikTok, and TikTok will not let me because they scared. They scared, and I don't understand why they scared. Because if TikTok is scared of Beyonce, I feel as though that means that Donald Trump, in some sense, would be scared of Beyonce. And how would the president of the United States be scared of Beyonce? You know. But well, now in content, if you really think about it, I didn't. Now in content, if you really think about it, especially with the channel messages and the prediction I gave in regards to Kamala Harris not winning the election, and in fact Donald Trump winning the election and it coming to pass. When I don't know about for anybody else, but towards the end of the previous election between Kamala Harris and um, Donald Trump, I saw content where they were saying that Kamala Harris in fact was at them Diddy freak off parties. And then like a day or two before the election, ballots was closed, Beyonce then came to endorse Kamala Harris, and I told y'all through channel message that the only reason Beyonce did that was one, more for herself. I don't know. I'm not even going to talk about that. I can speak about it because I guess something about Nicki Minaj and what she's doing right now. She's trying to atone for her sins or something like that, or make good with God, something like that. If you know, you know. But anyways, going back to that, and mind you, Kamala Harris was at, when I seen Kamala Harris imagery that she was at them Diddy freak out parties, and then what was going on at the time with Beyonce and Jay-Z being accused of being at freak out parties, and then like they shut those rumors down, but then Beyonce endorsed Kamala Harris that was at the freak out parties. And you're wondering like, why am I bringing this up, right? Because it's even accused that Trump could have been at the freak out party because of the Epstein shit, etc., etc. Why am I bringing this up, right? Because I need to give you context before I say what I'm about to say. Because the average person wouldn't believe me when I said Phoenix literally tried to use her mouth to curse me or say something in regards to a curse towards me, and I had a premonition about that before she even did the message. So then when I fully understood the situation, I had a conversation with God. After God was like, all right, I see you good. You understand what to do next. God then told me something. God said, look up. God told me, look up Beyonce's last name and Phoenix's last name and see what the fuck pop up. Do you know Phoenix Marvelous is technically related to Beyonce? If you go into either my media or esoteric messages, you will see me actually doing that. And that answers your question? I know exactly what you're asking me. This is a spiritual community page. I know exactly what you're asking me. Alright, alright. I've tried it. Alright, I'm not going to hold you. Does this sound weird? Because we have a few more minutes left. Does this sound weird? I've never really told nobody this. So when I first started researching, before I made the American Heritage Society class, I was researching because I'm very all-inclusive in regards to different spiritual practices. For the most part, like not really into Wicca, witchcraft, and stuff like that. Anywho's. But in order for me to be on this platform and talk to people the way I've talked to and be passionate, I had to research tarot. I had to research Hinduism, Judaism. I researched as much as I could. I might not be well versed in every topic, but just know I researched a little bit of everything. Because I didn't want to come in here and tell anybody no lies. So, with that being said, in regards to my research, in regards to the more Muslim communities, I tried getting to, like, I know, in a sense, I feel like it's not the same thing, but like in regards to yoga and like how, I'll say this in regards to how Muslims pray. There was this one experience I had a few years ago, either in year 2022 and 20, or I want to say in year 2022 or 2023. No, in year 2022. In year 2022, I had this experience where I was trying to see what it, I don't know, because in my culture they also do have Muslim belief, but I'm not from Muslim belief. But like I said, all inclusive. Got the little yoga mat, prayer mat, and I started to do, you know, meditations. One day, I decided to do this one meditation pose, and I laid in that pose for like, how do I say it? I laid in the pose, and it was kind of like in an upside down kind of scenario. And when I laid in that pose for like a few minutes, it wasn't 30 minutes, a few minutes, I literally felt like a presence lift my body. I'm not trying to be funny. I'm not saying like on some levitation stuff. I felt like there was an actual person with me in a tantric position. That shit scared the fuck out of me. I've only had one other scenario in my life, in my adolescence, where something like that happened. And it was kind of like, to me, like one of those, how do you, a poltergeist moments. You know that singer, songwriter Sierra, like, remember she had that one song, Goodies, and they did like that Matrix move, and like, dun dun dun, dun dun, dun 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 dun. That move, I did that move one day, and I got stuck in that position. You had a meeting with Donald Trump when he became president. My family met Obama. I'm telling you, it's like people like we are connected. We are connected. All right, I have to stop the message right there. That was a really good question. I hope to see more of you for better messages and not ones where I'm always acting um, so compassionate about topics I don't really care to talk about as much. This was more informative in regards to communities, the spiritual community, because the reason why I do these messages, I'm only talking to Somali in the comment section right now in regards to this message. The reason why I do these tarot land messages, I talk about tarot readers in specific, not everybody, in specific, is because when I was getting into spirituality, I wish somebody could have came and tell me this person is of God, this person is not of God, this is right, this is wrong. So this is my homage to the spiritual community in regards of, you know, this reader is not right. And if you're looking for a reader like that, you can listen to this reader, Phoenix Marvelous. I will not. It's been 5 years. No more. Some people are lucky to come in contact with people who actually make these posts about. There was a man who actually, if you type in Phoenix Marvelous, sometimes it pops up. There's a man who actually called out. It was a homosexual man actually who called out Phoenix Marvelous for doing witchcraft. And now she blatantly be telling y'all she doing witchcraft on y'all, and y'all still be watching her videos. Hey, I was one of them. Ooh, talk to you.